Silke here. Just a quick introduction to the simplest technique that I know to change beliefs. Well, it's not completely true. There's actually one that is even simpler. And let me start you with that one. Because sometimes when we have a belief, we're not even aware of it. And if somebody is just, challenging it or stating their own beliefs, we might just swap the belief. Like in some ways, we are updating our beliefs all the time. We're updating what we know is true. Right? And the best example I have is when I shared with a friend of mine that, all right, all my experiences, whenever I experience something, either it's awesome and wonderful, or I learned something from it. And the question he put me was, so does that mean that you can't learn from the very good experiences? And I was like, oh, darn, he was so right. And in that moment, I, updated my belief. Of course, I can learn from really good experiences. And luckily, I've done it, ever since. And I also learned from the not so good experiences. All right, so next level up is when it's like it's not that quick of a fix. And that is simply to do, but there's a long theory I don't know if it's even been proven, but the simple technique is a way of installing a new belief. So you identify the belief that you have, and then you upgrade it, you up-level it. And it could be, I have money enough to what I want to do, to I have more money than I need, or I have more than enough money. Right? That would be an up-leveling. It could be I can't speak in a foreign language, to I do speak a foreign language. Or I'm not very good at math, to I love doing math. So up leveling it. So I won't go into how you do it. It's often very good to do it in a positive way and not having a not in it. And remember to do it as as positively as you can, and to be as supportive. And when you look at a new belief, you can look, is this belief going to support me in what I really want to achieve? And to me, we are up leveling our beliefs all the time, or we should. It's only when we get stuck in a belief and not update them that they turn into limiting. Right? All right. So the simple technique is basically to make your eyes go up in all of the areas. So to look up here, look here, look here, make them go all the way. So it's called the infinity sign, or you can tilted 8. And so what you do is you have the new belief, and then you ask yourself on a scale from 1 to 10, how much is this new belief true? Right? And you might say, well, so 1 is not at all, it has nothing to do with the truth, and 10, yeah, what else should it be, right? So you might say, I have more than enough. I have more than enough. And on a scale from 1 to 10, I think it's a 3. Right? And what you do, and sometimes it's better to have somebody else to do it for you, but I tend to do it just by myself, and I'll take off my glasses so it's easier to see. So I'll look at my finger, like out like this, 20 centimeters or so. And then I will let my eyes follow the finger without moving my head. And I hope you can see me. And I might also do the other way around. And sometimes it even feels right just to go around without making the infinity sign. And then I would do like this, and I would close my eyes. And then put the question again on a scale from 1 to 10. How much do I believe the new belief of I have enough? Might have been moved up to a 6 or a 7, right? So, and then you can do it again. You can do it again as many times as you want. And another little tip can be that if you feel like when you are, if you're up here, for instance, and you feel that your eyes are like, there is a little bit of resistance, it can be good to go with that part a little bit more times. I sometimes do these exercises or at cafes, and there like might be a little bit too much to sit and do like this, and then I simply close my eyes and then I make the movement with closed eyes. So that's an option. So yeah, just make that infinity sign. You can also use it if you have a really strong limiting beliefs. It can be used the other way around to open it up to not having it so much of a truth. And then you will go for, well, this really limiting beliefs, it might be a 9 or a 10, and then you can, using this technique, slowly loosen it up so it might not be true. Since I'm talking about this technique, I want to state something else where it can be really useful, and that is in an emergency or when a traumatic situation has happened. Like if you have watched something traumatic. I used it once for a colleague that had hid a deer on her way to work, right? So that shock, that freezing. But it can also actually be, people that are experiencing a sudden death, and sudden doesn't have to be in an accident. It can also be sudden in the sense that it does feel as if it's suddenly. And then this technique can open up the trauma and allow people to start, processing what has happened. But yeah, so that was the infinity sign.